right. The Big Hoax, son, episode 1. And we're about to get down like a clown, Charlie Brown, because if you want something to talk about with the MAGA bros, day one, it's like, hey, maybe it's going to be a good sign for the show that President Trump gets indicted an hour before we start filming the very first episode. So, I'm Jussie on Fire. I'll let you guys introduce yourselves to the people who already for sure know who you guys are anyway.
And we the Osundairo Brothers, and welcome to the Big Hoax.
Also known as the MAGA Bros.
The MAGA Bros. That's the best thing ever, dude. That is the best.
Presidents of MAGA country.
I'm telling you right now, he gets elected. You guys are going to the White House. Bet that.
Let's get it.
Yeah, bet that. So what do you guys think about this, dude? Like so I guess we should just say, like, on this show, we're just going to talk about anything in culture. We're talking about a bunch of stupid people, which the country has an abundance of, and then political stuff, anything that just kind of is on everybody's radar, because that's just what we're going to do. So today, Trump gets indicted, first president of the United States in history.
Let's start off with that.
What do you guys think about that?
It's ridiculous. Like, come on. Y'all are you really that scared of this man running for president again?
I think it helps his case. I really do, because when he's acquitted or when he wins his case, that's even going to make his base stronger, and people want to come out and support him even more. That's what I believe. So they're actually doing him a favor.
Yep. If you sit a tiny bit closer to the microphone, it'll be better. Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
I feel some type of way about it. Like, this is the first time in history something like this has happened. I didn't even know it's possible to indict a former president. Like, they're doing too much. And in this country right now, there's just too many things that's just should not be happening. That's happening.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, what do you do? You know what I mean? It's like, the reason, at least in my opinion, the reason why there's never been a former president that's been indicted is because even if people fight, you got the left, you got the right, you got the libertarians, you got the progressives, whatever. At the end of the day, everybody accepts it's like, but we are all in one country. And if a person has been elected president, that means that a lot of people in the country feel very strongly in a positive direction towards this person. And so it's like, out of respect, we're not going to throw this fucking guy in jail. You know what I mean? It's like,
right.
And so if you're going to lock somebody up who's been the president, they better done something serious.
Really, right? Like
murder.
You feel me? And I'm sure other presidents have had people murdered. You feel me? So
for sure.
So you coming after this man over paying some hush money? Like, are you really serious?
Yeah.
Like,
it's a witch hunt. That's what it is.
Over some hush money? Come on, man.
Yeah. A witch hunt that really we should be focused on making America greater, honestly, because there's news, or there has been recent news about Russia, China, and a few other countries moving away from the dollar.
Scary.
While we're focused on arresting Trump, everyone happy, yay, Trump. People are moving away from the dollar, which in turn is going to make us weaker.
Poor.
Poor.
People don't
make us all poor.
These people don't understand. Like, we're fighting internally and externally. A house divided cannot stand.
Right.
And America is super divided.
It's scary, dude. Yeah, like, and on that, for people who don't know, they got this coalition of countries that have felt, attacked by the United States. So China, Russia, South Africa,
Saudi Arabia.
and potentially Saudi Arabia, where they're going to start dealing in energy on the Chinese yuan, which I mean, listen, I had heard about this a decade ago, that like if the energy trade ever went off the dollar, that would collapse our economy overnight. And it's like, what's crazy is like, if one of these guys, that's one of these deep state guys that's been running the gut, like, but secretly running the world forever, they hit me up and they were like, listen, man, if you really want to understand what's going on, Trump is crazy. He doesn't understand the way the world actually works. He sounds good to you guys, but let me explain to you the way the world actually works. When he's the president, we can't control him. And we have to be able to jam these guys up, because if Ukraine falls and these guys do this, like, if there's some like big secret plan that they're working on and they're just like, look, man, Trump won't listen, I'd be like, all right, like, I can get, But when they don't explain anything to us, and it just looks like they're like, it just like just smear campaign after whatever, but like with no explanation. I don't know how to take it other than it feels like people are actively trying to destroy the country. You know what I mean?
But for what reason though? Like, what reason would you want to destroy the country? Unless they're gonna profit from it at the end.
Yeah.
That's the only reason to do something like that. If you're gonna profit from it. Or
Yeah.
unless you just Dr. Evil and you want to fuck some shit up.
Yeah. Or both, dude.
Right.
Yeah. Because like we talked about that one time, like to your point about House divided, it's like if you keep people fighting with each other, they can't ever align and change anything. These guys don't want anything to change. Trump is change,
Yeah.
People who hate him, they can't deny that. Like he just came in and he was like, it's crazy to me how I don't the people that really genuinely hate on him, it's like, just look at what he actually did, or at least look at what he was trying to do. He was genuinely trying to help us, man.
Get shit done. Like he was getting shit done. What has gotten done since Biden entered office?
Nothing
Can you name
good.
one thing off ahead?
Ukraine.
Bad things. Bad things.
Ukraine.
Yeah.
You can't make this up.
I mean, sending out all of our money there to Ukraine.
Like the feeling that, like, at least in the media, they make it seem like it would be really hard in this country to be black and support Trump. Do you feel like that's true?
I don't. It's brainwashing.
That's
a lot of brainwashing.
I would say it's hard because of other people looking at you being black and supporting Trump.
That's exactly what I meant.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Then definitely it's hard.
I don't care what nobody thinks.
I'm not saying for you it's hard. I'm just saying people think it's hard. And it is hard for some people because they'll get around other black people and they'll be like, you support Trump? Oh my God, you're a terrible person, or you're the worst person ever. Look, to be honest, I'm going to say this. I support America. I support the president of America. I support Biden too. I want him to do good.
Right.
I'm an American citizen. I want Biden to do good.
Right.
I may not agree with everything he does, but I do support him.
Yeah.
Same way Trump. But they're like, no, we hate 45. They can't even say the man's name. Or they'll disrespect him by saying Trump when he was president instead of saying President Trump, which goes a long way. It shows you how people really feel and the lengths they're willing to go to. So I think it can be difficult for black people to support Trump.
Yeah. I like, to your point about supporting either way, like I was a Democrat basically my whole life. Like I thought Obama was the fucking man, dude. And then something happened. Like something happened during the early stages of the Trump administration where I was like, wait a minute, dude. Like there's something wrong here. Cause like these are clearly, like, once they got exposed lying about him so much, I was like, wait, who's more dangerous? This one dude who's trying to do good for the country, or this entire apparatus that's fucking lying about him constantly and getting caught and making it seem like Russia's doing XYZ? It's like, clearly these are the bad guys, man. You know what I mean? Like, clearly these guys are the bad guys. But also, like, if you ask someone, you're like, so what do you dislike about Trump? They will always come back to some fortune cookie shit that doesn't have anything to do with it. He's a racist. Exactly. It's like, how does this affect your life though? Like, it's like, yeah, he's a race. Oh, he's a shit bag. He's like, it's what I'm like, okay, I understand what you're saying. But what I'm saying is, I guarantee you that almost every single time that you have heard, oh, he's racist, and you can see because of XYZ, you're watching this much of the full clip. You don't ever see the full clip.
Yeah.
They always take just like a little bit of it and then they, paint it that way. And also, like, that's the thing that's so crazy is, like, prior to him running for president, dude, black people fucking love Trump. Right? Like, no one ever called him racist before 2016.
Exactly.
Like that shit, it just, and then just like that.
Powerful. The media is powerful.
Yeah.
The media is powerful.
Man, I cannot believe I can't believe they actually did it. I can't believe they actually indicted him.
Yeah, I'm upset about it. I'm actually upset about it that they actually went through with it, because I feel like it's wrong. Like it's wrong. I feel like it's just wrong.
Yep, I agree. Well, it's not.
You say it's wrong.
And not just because it's Trump. Even if it was another, it's just wrong. Like it's not, and he didn't. It's nothing serious to be. It's wrong. It's
Okay,
wrong to
so
me.
since you said that, you answered my next question. I was gonna say, but you said you're upset because they're going against Trump. So is he above the law? That's what I was gonna ask. But you now said if they would have did it to anyone, you would have been upset. So that answers that question.
It just depends on what it was. You know what I mean? It's like, but they're getting him because it's, and honestly, paying hush money isn't even illegal. They got him because
I wanted to say, like, yeah, that's what I wanted to ask. Like, paying somebody hush money, like, what's illegal about that?
nothing. What they got him on. I mean, well, actually, I haven't read the indictment. People are saying he's facing 31 counts, but what they're saying that he did is Michael Cohen, his attorney, he negotiated a deal with Stormy Daniels for $130K. He is the one that paid the 130 to her, and then he billed Trump 130K for legal services. And so they're saying it's like some tax shit. Like it's like they're getting him on some tax shit.
Are you serious?
And it's like, dude, the Stormy Daniels thing though, like of all the shit that they've tried to say on Trump, that's what they're rolling with. Like, wouldn't you be fucking embarrassed
because the man wanted a tax cut,
or like and like because he fucked a porn star in 2010 when he was a like a TV star, like that's what we're getting him on now.
Like Space said, it's a witch hunt.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter. They just look. They search for anything. They search for anything.
Anything that could possibly stick.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Not stick.
That's all it is.
What's scary is like, so half the country. I guarantee more than half the country disagrees with this. And what scares me about this and a lot of other things that have been happening lately is like it feels like what's the right way to put this, man? It's like a person who's testing you. You know what I mean? Like a person, like they think you won't swing on them, right? Like, so they stick their finger in your chest. They're like, what are you going to do, dog? What are you going to do? And it's like, there's all these cops around and that if you swing on the guy, you're going to jail. Right. And so they're like, what are you going to do? Then they take your wallet from you. Like, what are you going to do, dude? And they take your phone from you. And they're literally like, there is no way out of this outside of me doing something that I know is like I'm gonna get locked up. Like I like that's how this feels to me. Is they just keep pushing and pushing and pushing, and like what can you do? Like you can't do anything unless you do something that you don't like, you don't want to do. You know what I mean? It's like what are we supposed to do?
Get backed into a corner.
Yeah.
There's gonna be
retribution.
There's gonna be a counter culture or a counter.
Not from us though, NSA. Not from us.
Yeah.
Not from us.
No, not me.
Yeah. Not from us.
You just saying, telling you what we see.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah.
I mean, it will happen. That's just human nature.
Right.
When someone's backed to a corner and they feel like the ceiling is closing in on them, the natural thing is to try to get out, try to fight back. And many people are feeling like they are in that position. Their voices are not being heard. And when your voice is not being heard, you're going to want to make it heard.
Yeah.
How are you going to make it? If they're not listening to you, you're going to take actions into your own hands. So
I feel
something has to be done.
I feel like that's one of the reasons why they've been trying to make men weak in this country as well.
I 100% agree with that. 1,000% agree.
So we don't fight back.
So they don't buck. Yep. Speaking of that,
they, not us. So they.
Yeah. So they don't fight. Like I have kids, man. I have kids. I'm not part of any kind of revolution. I got kids.
They don't fight back.
Yeah. Speaking about that though, who got released from jail today? Andrew Tate.
For real?
Yeah, that just happened.
What?
That just happened. Yep.
Wait, to the U.S. or they just
No.
He's on house arrest.
Yeah. He's on house arrest.
Wow.
Yeah. They let my mans out. They didn't have no evidence on him. Like that was a witch hunt as well. That was another witch hunt.
Yeah. They kept him locked up for 3 months in solitary.
Without
charging him.
What is that? That's like a developing country. Like they
Romania?
rules over there. Yeah, and their rules over there is probably
scary, dude.
All messed up. Yeah.
And like,
he could.
he didn't look good either, man. Like, you know, it's like he like when he was because you know, like if you're on like, I mean, tons of people are on testosterone replacement like I am. And if you all of a sudden go cold turkey like that, dude, it not only will fuck with your body, it just completely breaks your brain because you like, you know, he's in a box with zero testosterone. Like I mean, I can't, he must, it was probably going to take him a little while to get his mind right after something like that, you know?
Right. And I remember some of the tweets that he was tweeting. Wait, let's talk about that because I didn't know like they allow you to use your phone and get on social media,
especially in a country like that.
It was someone else's managing his Twitter. I think he would like talk to them at visiting and then they would tweet it out. I think.
Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people in prison here take photos now and post it online.
You can rent phones and stuff like that while you're
inside. They allow it. It's not contraband. They could just they could just rent it.
Like in America, you can rent like iPads and shit like that. I noticed from watching
$1,
Love and Lockdown or some shit like that, some kind of prison show.
It's all business, dude. Like one of my buddies did some time and he was telling me about how they charge like minutes for the phones. It's like everything else. They're like, well, we got them locked up. I bet they want to talk to their family. They only got one option, $10 a minute. It's like,
oh what? Yeah, that man, they making so much money. I gotta figure out a way how to get into that market because they're making so much money on them phone calls. Oh my god.
Yeah, prison. Hey, that's our next big prison calling cards.
Prison,
like, right? Or something. Yeah. It's ridiculous money because you got no. I mean. Everybody wants to talk to their family. They got to do something.
Right.
I wonder, like, do you think that these guys have the balls to actually sentence Trump to jail time? Like, do you think that they would? I mean,
yeah, so much money, man. Like, come on.
Yes, I think they have the balls.
Yeah, they're gonna try it.
They're gonna try,
but I don't think it's possible.
100%. They're after him. They do not want him to run again.
I agree.
They want to break his base.
Yeah,
and break people's confidence in him so he doesn't win.
Yeah,
and they're doing an all right job. We'll see how it plays out, but I don't think it'll stick. I think it'll make it stronger. His base stronger.
I like how DeSantis said he wouldn't extradite Trump either.
Me too.
That was what's up.
Yep, that was good. Yeah, it's like it's an illegitimate case. And you know what's so crazy though is like, dude, on the Trump issue, I don't think there's ever been anything more divisive than that man, and I don't really understand why. Like my pops is in town this weekend. That's and we're going to dinner after this. And man, he hates Trump, dude. And like, you know,
pops,
yeah, and like to the point where like we're going to dinner. I was saying to my wife, I was like, let's not even talk about the Trump thing, dude, because it's just like it's point. Like if you really get that mind virus into someone's brain about Trump, they can't get it out, dude. Like they can't get it out. Where it's like even if like my mom is much more open, like she. Like when you talk about a lot of these kind of common issues that you kind of talk about with people, you know, like the jab and all kinds of stuff. Like my mom is way more on like these guys are full of shit thing, but man, she's immovable on Trump, man. She's just like, it's like once people get that worm in their brain, they just, and you're like, dude, every single thing they say is like, is a half truth or something that it's like, you can't get them to see it, you know?
What do you think gives people the ability to be a free thinker, to not just be stuck and narrow-minded? What gives people that ability?
My opinion, I think, is they don't have cable television. It seems like I think that's like a big thing. Do you guys have cable?
No, we don't. We do not. But growing up as kids, we had cable.
So did I. And then, like I said, now I'm on the other side. Once I got rid of it,
and our parents were stuck in their ways too, and always brought us up and taught us their ways. So I don't know what made us change paths. I really don't.
Where were you guys at, like when the whole thing? Geez, we can't do this whole episode and not talk about the hoax, I guess. Like where were you guys at, like when all that stuff happened? Like were you guys even were you guys paying attention to all this stuff, or were you just kind of like checked out on all of it, or like where were you guys at that point? Like before the whole Smollett thing even happened?
Like, are you saying politically?
Yeah, just in general. Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
we've had the same thoughts.
Yeah, yeah.
We've had the same
Always,
thoughts.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Always.
we have some conservative views.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm a conservative or liberal, but
Me
I'm
neither.
a free thinker. I'm an independent. I can think about certain policies and make my decision. I'm not stuck on.
And I can listen to people's sides. You feel me? I
Exactly.
can listen to both sides and take what I want from each one. You feel me? I'm not stuck in, oh, this is this and this is that. No,
Yeah.
I can listen and think, okay, does this make sense or not?
Yeah.
But some people, you can't tell them nothing.
Mm-mm.
What they think is what they think, and they're not gonna budge on it. They're not even trying to listen to any other type of point of view.
They're
And
immovable.
that's scary.
Yeah.
That's very scary.
Yep. Yeah. Like I
And
remember
sad.
it's sad and it's scary because it matters, man. If you really get these two sides dug in like this, this is what you get. You get like, and the thing is that you just can't deny is there is a big group of people that are real dug in on Trump, and they're not the ones that you want feeling like the country's closing in on them. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, that's not that I'm not that kind of Trump supporter, but like they exist. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That's true. That's true.
Both sides got their crazies, man.
Yeah.
And I think they're equally as crazy. The left might just have them edged out a little bit, but I think they're equally crazy.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've seen both.
Dude, you see a picture of the girl, the trans girl that shot up the school, like, or the girl in Tennessee that shot up the school.
Trans man.
It's it was a biological female that was trying to be a dude.
Right, so trans man.
You seen what she looked like before she transitioned?
No. Who does she look like?
She looks like a girl. She looks like a girl I would have waited in line to smash. It's
what?
like, yeah.
What?
You lying?
Telling you,
she
dude.
look like Angelina Jolie.
You lying your ass
She's looking.
off.
I mean, not like she's not a 10, but she's a 8.5 for sure, dude. Like,
in other words, you just say you would smash a dude.
Well, no, a girl that wanted to be a dude when she was just a girl. Look at this.
Hey, don't. Oh.
Wow, she turned into
a. That's her, and then that's her.
Okay.
Gang.
Let himself
gang.
Let himself go.
Let himself go.
Damn. Go to the other side.
Dude, you throw some testosterone and some SSRIs in there, like the antidepressants. And I mean, that's the antidepressants. And if they go bad, people blow their brains out and shoot people up. Like those are the drugs that make people snap like that.
Really? Antidepressants? I didn't know that.
Zoloft and stuff like that. Like, I mean, not like always, but it's a very well-known side effect to make people suicidal. And so, like, a suicidal person who's trying to go out, they might, I mean, to me, this clearly seemed like it's a statement on their way out, right? Like Christian school, she wants to die anyway. And so it's like, I'll go. I mean, who could shoot fucking kids though? But I mean,
kids,
she didn't
want to go. I saw something online.
Yeah, she texted her friend.
Yeah,
she texted her friend that I'm gonna die today, or I'm gonna commit suicide, something like that.
Kids though, like
kids.
How evil?
That's disgusting.
Can you be to do something to kids?
It's insane.
That's a different type of evil.
Dude, aim a gun at a kid and pull the trigger. It's like it's unfathomable.
Like you're gone. You're completely gone.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. It's one thing for her to just be crazy and in her mind, like, oh, I'm gonna do this shit. Like, once you actually see, like, it's like shooting a person in general. It's like, I've seen the movies, whatever. Then you aim a gun. I mean, I've never shot a human, but I've shot a deer up close and personal that was killing my dog. And it's like, I mean, dude, you saw what you did and then you did it again.
It did it again. Oh, I can't. Yeah.
Sickening.
Yeah, it's sick. It is sick.
Yeah.
It is sick.
Yeah, wow. Man.
Yes. Wait. A deer was killing your dog. How,
Right.
that
Yeah.
happen?
What?
Oh yeah. So in 2013, it was the day that the Niners played the Jacksonville Jaguars in London. So it was like the London game, right? So we watched in the morning. I was barbecuing at my house later in the day. And there used to be deer in my yard all the time, like up in the, and this was in October. So like, apparently I learned this that day that like in around like September, October, deer is like mating season for deer. And I had a pit bull that used to always chase the deer around. Like he would just go run up and chase him and they would always run away. And this day I heard like, and I looked up there and there was this huge buck squared face to face with my dog. And you could just see it was like my dog for like, you could just see he was like, wait, why aren't you running away? And then and the
with
deer,
the antlers.
with the antlers. I'll show you pictures of it after. And he just went down with his antlers and just went boom, flipped my dog.
Flipped
like,
him up.
Flipped him, dude. Like like pit bulls are tough. I mean, obviously they're tough. Like he was about 75 pounds. He wasn't like a big pit bull, but he's still a pit bull. And as soon as I saw him flip him, it was like the level of like violent dominance in that first part was so obvious that I was like, oh, he's going to kill my dog for sure. And so I went booking back inside, and the only gun I had loaded was a 12 gauge that was like under my bed. And so my wife had heard me like screaming at the top of my lungs, like, cause I like right when I thought I could stop it before it started, I screamed, dude. And so she was running out when I was running in. And so I went up and I grabbed the 12 gauge. I'm coming down the stairs, dude. I had it racked and safety off. And like in my mind, I was like, what the fuck am I doing right now? You know what I mean? Cause like in my mind, like I live in the suburbs, you know what I mean? And so it's like, so I'm like simultaneously on instinct, like I'm going to go smoke this deer. And at the exact same time, like, I can't shoot a fucking gun in my neighborhood. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, yeah. So I'm like,
it was an intruder though.
Yeah. Well, it was out in the yard, but yeah. So yeah, exactly. So I come running out, and when I get back to the backyard, there's my dog's not there, my wife's not there, deer's not there. And then I heard my dog screaming like a human. Like I've never heard a dog make a noise like this. It was out in the front. So I came booking around the side of the house. My wife was throwing paint cans at this deer that had his antlers impaled in my dog's stomach and was just like had him pinned against the thing. And I was just like, Gabby, so Gabby, she jumped out of the way and I just rolled up like from 6 feet. I shot this deer in this torso. Cause the other thing too is like I had shot slugs a bunch and I had shot birdshot a bunch, but I like the kind of load that I had in there was like a 9 pellet buckshot round. And I'm like, dude, I have no idea what this round does. Like, I don't know how much it first spreads. Like, I don't know, what I mean? And so the antlers are in my dog's stomach, so I can't aim near his head because I don't know if it's gonna, you know what I mean? So I shot him kind of like right in the back torso, and he immediately went down. And I went and went to go grab my dog, and Gabrielle's like, "What are you doing?" Because like she was like, she thought I missed, and I'm like, why'd you think I'm? She's like, I don't know. I thought the deer would like explode if you hit it or something.
What?
Yeah. So that's like the wound in my dog's side. And
so you only shot it once?
I shot it once, and then so he dragged himself down into this like creek thing that was in front of our house, and then animal control came and got him, and then like that's after my dog went and had surgery. He still was like he was that fucked up.
Wow.
But yeah, so like
I would have been so upset. I would have been so mad at
dude. I couldn't calm down for like 7 hours. Like that was like, dude, talk about like that's the biggest adrenaline rush of my entire life. It's like being in a fight times 5.
Right. Yeah. Did police get involved at all?
Yeah, for sure. Cause so my next door neighbor was police, and it was on a Sunday. And so when a 12 gauge is real loud, dude. So like, afterwards I had to like immediately be like, how do I stay out of jail now? You know what I mean? So like, so I went and unloaded it. I put it in the house, and then I went next door to my neighbor's house and just knocked on the door. And he answered the door like, cause he knew, like he had heard us screaming, and then he heard, a 12 gauge go off. And he told me afterwards, he's like, dude, I didn't know what was going on. He's like, I thought maybe you shot your wife. And I was like, really?
He stayed in the house.
Why he ain't come out? He's like, I'm off duty, man.
He's because his kids were there. Like he opened, he opened the door like a crack. And I was like this. Because because I'd like been running all over the place. And so, and then I told him, and he immediately just was like, oh no. And then he went out and saw it. And then he like brought his whole family. He's like, you got to see this. Look at this deer. So, and so he called the cops, and then he like, you know, he told them I was good. And then, but technically that incident, like I wasn't clear if the police wanted to like lock me up, they could have, because like apparently if a deer attacks your animal, it's not like a self-defense thing. It's like the same, you know, like your pet is basically legally considered the same as like if I shot the deer because he was attacking my mailbox or whatever.
What?
You know, like he was like, dude, he's like, you'd have to have a cop that's a super huge asshole to actually arrest you on this. He's like, but like technically, you know, it's not the same as like protecting your family or whatever.
Oh, they need to change them laws, man.
Right?
They need to change that. Like, so I'm supposed to let my dog just die?
Yeah, you're supposed to let a cougar just kill your cat?
Right, exactly. Let me ask the question that some people might be wondering. Why didn't you do a mercy kill? Why didn't you shoot the deer in the head?
I'll tell you exactly why. Because I knew I could justify taking the first shot because he was in the process of killing my dog. And I just thought legally, if I lit him up again, I was gonna have a hard time defending that potentially. You know, because like, yeah, of course I wanted to like exactly, believe me, like I was like, this is fucked up because he was a lot, dude. It took probably maybe 30 minutes for the cops to get there, and then another 30 minutes for animal control to come there and then finish him off. But like, I just, you know, I was thinking pure legal. Like I knew I could defend taking that first shot, and I just didn't want to. It wasn't, you know, I just didn't want to risk it. You know what I mean? Because like we're talking, dude, it's like the suburbs, dude. Like it's not, you know, like I wasn't like out in the mountains. It's like there's just enough hills that there'd be deer around, you know.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you able to pull up any of those videos?
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's get started.
Let's do it, dude. So the only one we can't do. Can you guys see this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the only one. So this is the only one.
Oh, we can't do that one?
No. We can do this one, but like, there's the only one is this one. I want to show this really bad, but on YouTube, for sure they'll demonetize. Actually, you know what? The channel's not monetized yet, so we can do this one. Never mind. We're good. Maybe we can start here then. Actually,
started.
Yeah. Right. So this is when the popular girls fight at school. I've seen this video before. This like.
This shit is crazy.
Yeah, it's like, oh, so you didn't know the girl on the right had been a kickboxer for the last 8 years.
Man.
I mean, she's not like that good, but she's good enough that this other girl's like, what the fuck?
She was giving her the business. I'm like, nah, she's taking classes.
Oh, for sure.
Could you enlarge this?
Not enough classes to go kick to the head. Yeah.
Right. But when I seen her kicking to the shins, I was like, oh nah, she knows what she's doing.
Oh yeah,
she knows what she's doing.
Oh, she's going Muay Thai clinch,
son. You feel me? When she started throwing them knees, I'm like, nah, this chick's dangerous.
You see, but dangerous. Me, when I fight outside, well, I don't fight outside. That's the thing, because I'm trained. So I wouldn't even try to fight anyone outside. I think she could have got away from this situation, because now she seems like the aggressor to me. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Look at her. You see that kick to the thigh? Oh my God.
Yeah, she got her with that front kick. No, yeah, and like what's crazy, like so in a situation like that too. Yeah, you're right. Like that girl could have literally just walked away at any time. Like you know, she hit her once, and it's like that's done. That's why. Yeah, she's like some high school. I don't know, dude. Like kids are stupid, dude. But like I totally agree with you. Like you can't fight now, dude. You know what I mean? Like you can't rank. What you ranked in the WBC? You really can't fucking fight, dude.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. That's a bad headline, dude. That's a bad headline.
MAGA president beats up.
Yeah, dude. You know they're itching to put you in fucking jail too for that. They're like this dude. He's wearing a MAGA hat. They're like, I told you. We told you that Jussie was telling the truth.
Right.
Straight up.
Dude, this one that you sent is so crazy, dude. This is Chris Brown who throws his shirt into the crowd.
Oh, this is wild.
This is crazy.
This is what the country has been deduced to.
Yeah.
What? So, people fighting for shirts?
Chris Brown is fighting a chick.
he won't give it up, dude. Like, look at this blonde girl, dude. She's a dime too, dude. He should have been like, all right. You know what I mean?
It kind of froze on our end.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It
froze on. Okay,
you
there
see
you
it
go.
now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, he would not give up. Like, are you serious, dude? Like, what do you want to do with this shirt?
Yeah, look at that girl, dude. It's like that girl. If me and that girl get in an argument over literally anything that doesn't involve any, like, it's like, oh, dude, you could have it, you know?
Right? You feel
like, especially another man's shirt.
Another man's shirt. Probably why. Maybe it might cost.
But still, I'm not gonna fight with a woman
never
over any, like, you feel like, come on, like, you don't have no pride in who you are. Like,
you're right though. He's probably thinking about that money, huh?
Yeah, you sell that for a lot of money. It's crazy. People will buy it.
How on earth would anyone know that that's really Chris? Hey, dude, hey, I got Chris Brown's shirt too, dude.
I be thinking about that.
Let me throw that on.
He has the video. He has video of it.
But still, do people always have video of these type of things?
Dude, what happened to that hot sauce bottle after the like? I bet you if you could get your hands on that hot sauce bottle, dude, you could fucking flip that for a mountain of dough.
That was mine. Thank you.
You should seriously petition that. Be like, I want that hot sauce bottle back.
Yeah, we could get it back. Actually,
I want the red hat. I want everything. You're absolutely right,
dude. You could make real money on that for sure.
Oh yeah.
There's all kinds of weirdo collectors. They got dough out their fucking ears. They have nothing to spend it on. It's like this. Hey man, they literally would probably spend $100,000 just to say to their friends, like, this is the hot sauce bottle that those dudes.
You know what, Jesse? You're gonna help me figure out a buyer, and I'll give you 30% on it.
So I mean, I don't even think I'll need to help. I think I could just put it out there and then auction it. Someone's buying that shit.
I'm gonna get my hands on the red hat, the hot sauce bottle, the rope. The rope is
the rope.
The rope,
dude,
is gonna be worth.
Somebody
something.
wants that. Somebody that you probably don't want to be friends with, but he wants that fucking rope.
For real.
Hey, that's 3 items already. So people, get your pockets ready.
Dude, how ridiculous is the fucking video of Jussie in his apartment still wearing that fucking rope on his neck?
Bro, people like at least 70% of people knew it was fake by that time. When they saw that video, they was like,
if people weren't having doubts or were having a little bit of doubts, that completely made them realize that it was completely fake.
Of course.
Complete hoax. Because no victim will continue wearing a damn noose, a supposed noose around their neck to show the police, see what I got. My trophy. No, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Dude, you bring it home with you, maybe, but dude, you're not keeping it on your neck. Like if someone was about to strangle you with it, you know, like someone's got a tourniquet on your neck and you're all, I better keep this on so that the police can see how it was on my neck.
For evidence.
Insane. And then the Subway sandwich that was so good that it was still intact. He still bring that same Subway sandwich up to his apartment. Now that's crazy.
Probably shared that with his manager. Both of them had half of it.
Dude, you know what? And it's really crazy to think about that too. Is actually having been in fights, dude. It's like that. There is no scenario where that sandwich survives, dude. It's in your hand, or even if you're carrying it in a bag, or if you're holding it in your hand, you are swinging that, dude. Like you're swinging that, like just on auto. Even though it's not going to do anything, it's a sandwich, but on autopilot. As soon as you feel attacked, you're going to swing it at someone. Like that's just it would be it's a worthless attack, but just on autopilot, anyone's swinging that thing, dude.
Facts.
I think what happened was when I called his name, he carefully placed it down. Like, hey, wait, guys, wait before you throw the first punch, and placed it down, and then said, "Okay, come on."
That's what really happened?
No, it's not.
Put it out.
But that's what it seemed like happened.
Yeah. How does it? In all honesty, even with a fake thing, how does it end? How does it stay intact?
How does it stay intact?
No. Like if you got attacked, you wouldn't be hungry afterwards. Like food will be the last thing on your mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be the last thing. But he had. That's how you just know. That's how you know.
It's ridiculous.
you-
I'm glad, like, I've never gotten attacked like that. Like, you know, I mean, but honestly, dude, I have felt like, you know, well, so I got in a fight one time where, like, I got in a fight and then the guy, you know, like, I decisively won this fight. This is a long time ago. Then the dude just hung out at the party afterwards. And I remember saying to my buddy, I'm like, Jesus, he's going to take an ass whipping like that and then still stay and hang out at the party. Like, I guess he could just stay. Cause I was trying to throw him out. Like that whole thing started because I was throwing him out of the party. And then he was a prick about it. And anyway, so like, but then later that night, I left with my girlfriend and her friend. And as I was walking around the corner, I saw these two dudes beeline behind me. You know, like so it was that guy and then his big ass friend that they must have called that like waited, you know, they waited me out, dude. And so, you know, it ended up, I was fine. Like this a bad decision for them, but I was fucking scared, dude. Like I was scared because like, you know, if you're by yourself and there's more than one person, especially if one's
Oh,
big,
yeah.
like
Oh yeah.
it's
Most
fucking
definitely.
scary, dude. Like it's just
Most
scary,
definitely.
especially, dude. Like Jussie Smollett, and then if you guys really rolled him, he would
Come
be.
on.
I mean,
Come on.
Jesus.
Come on. Let's be real.
That
Yeah.
little scar that he had definitely would have been way worse than that.
Yeah.
Way worse than a little noogie mark.
Noogie.
Definitely.
Did you guys know that you were off camera when you guys were actually doing the thing? Like, did you think you were on camera at the time?
We
Yeah,
thought we was on.
we were
Yeah.
on camera.
That's what it was all meant
100%.
for. Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's why we did it in the place we did it in, because he said that a camera would capture
Yeah.
the fight. Because what he wanted it to make it look like he fought back. That was his thing.
Yeah.
You know, that goes to show that he's an activist, he's strong, he's a hero, and he's out there for us, the LGBTQYZ community and everyone else. The
I don't think that's the way to
people,
say it, but okay.
everyone. You said
It's
what?
it's as good as any other way. The LG57 divided sign minus sign.
You know what someone said? They funny as hell. They said LGHDTV community.
Hey.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
The LGHDTV community.
Hey,
Dude, that shit
talking
is-
about the LGBTQ community, don't we have a video about what just on the January 6th thing? that
It's
just
not.
happened
Yeah.
the other
Well,
day?
like January 6th. These like.
I know it's not the January 6th.
No, yeah, but like they store in Tennessee. So, but and I'll preface it with this too, dude. So after that trans girl, dude,
right.
whatever, biological girl who's taking testosterone shot the school up. Biden just announced that today is the Trans Day of Visibility because transgenders are being attacked by Republicans across the country. You're like, the fucking audacity of that, man. Like
He said because Republicans are attacking
he
them?
said the GOP is attacking transgenders. So Friday is the Trans Day of Visibility. Fucking 3 days after a transgender murdered 3 children and teachers, dude. You're like, bro, whose idea was that? You know what I mean? Whose fucking idea was that?
Well, let me say, just because one transgender person attacked and did a suicide, I wouldn't just blame it on every.
No, of course not.
person, you feel
Of course
me?
not.
So let's.
I totally agree with that. I like, but
it's
just the
thing that
optics.
No, I hear, the optics and everything, but I just hear a lot of people just coming at trans people now because this one person did something. It was just a bad person. It doesn't matter
100%.
if it was trans, white, black. It was a person that did a fucked up thing.
Absolutely.
You feel me?
And that
if there was a pattern to where they're doing this every month or whatever, then we can have that conversation. But right now, it was one person that did some fucked up shit.
My issue.
Let's take the person being trans out the equation.
My issue is him saying the GOP. If what you said is correct, him saying singling out the GOP, that's wrong. That's creating the division within America, and we're already divided. We've been saying that we need unity. We're American first before we're anything else. Before we're Democrat, Republican and or anything else. So there
Exactly.
needs to be he needs to be more of a unifier. They were saying Trump was divisive, right?
Divisive.
Divisive, right? It seems like Biden's doing the same thing.
Yeah. And yeah,
Just
like
in a more subtle way.
yeah.
Well, Malcolm X talked about that, and he said the Democrats are Fox, which are worse than Republicans at the time, which were wolves. Because Fox, they're sneaky,
They
they're acting
pretend.
like your friends. Yeah, they
Hmm.
pretend. You can't really tell what they're about, but they're the ones that hurt you the
The
most.
most.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's great. Like, because and on that, on both, like on basically every single part of that we were just talking about is like when Brittany Griner was locked up in Russia, right? Like the WNBA
That's correct.
player for the cannabis shit that she may or may not be trans. I have no idea, but like when that was going on, and I saw a bunch of Republicans that are they're like, dude, let her rot in that gulag, man. She kneels for the flag. She says fuck America. Well, then let her live over there in the gulag. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? She's an American. She's an American in a Russian gulag, dude.
Right.
What the fuck are you talking about? Like, what are you talking? No, that like you can't both be a patriot and simultaneously be cool with a famous American being locked in a Russian work camp, dude, because she brought a cannabis oil thing with her. Fuck that, dude. Like that, like bring her home and then you can argue with her about what the fuck she's doing. Like that's, I mean, that
But
shit.
okay, let's talk about that though, because I heard there was like an American soldier that was locked up over there too, but they chose Brittany Griner instead of the
more
soldier.
visible. I don't know.
Is that true?
Yeah, it is true. I guess he's a Marine, but I don't know exactly what he was over there for or what. I mean, bottom line is like, they're like, I guess it depends on what a person gets locked up for, in my opinion. Like, so like if a person goes to Russia because they're going to work with a Russian organized crime syndicate and they're kidnapping girls and doing blah, 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 or they're like, drug smuggling and they get popped. I still struggle with leaving them over there. But at the same time, it's like, you went over there to be a criminal, depending on what that is.
Right.
Where Brittany Griner went over there to play basketball and she brought a fucking cannabis oil thing. I don't, and again, that might not have anything to do with that dude at all. I don't know. I don't remember like what he was over there for.
Okay, the Russian arms deal. He was a Russian, right?
The Russian arms dealer that we traded for him. Yeah.
Yeah. How bad was he exactly?
So there's a movie about him called Lord of War. Fucking fantastic movie. If you haven't seen it,
I've seen that.
With Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage, yeah.
Nicolas Cage is him. That's him. That's
okay.
It. So like, I mean, depending on how you.
So all he did was sell guns. He was just selling guns
everywhere. Yeah.
He was a businessman. Okay, so he's not that bad. Like,
yeah,
that reminds me of War Dogs.
Yeah.
Kinda.
It's just like that. It's just War Dogs. War Dogs has the kid from Superbad in it, right?
I don't.
What's his name?
Jonah Hill.
Fat dude. Yeah, Jonah Hill. There we go. There we go.
That's a good flick, dude. I like that movie.
Yeah.
I like War Dogs. Yeah, that's good. Both those movies, War Dogs. Well, here, let me show. Okay, so the thing that we were talking about though is was oh my god, this thing. This thing right here.
I haven't watched this yet.
This
so what's
one
going on here?
This is a taxpayer-funded Canadian TV propaganda piece about with children in grade school getting basically groomed that drag queens are normal and super fucking cool. It's like,
does it have volume?
Yeah. Can you hear it?
No, sir.
You cannot hear it?
No.
Yeah, I can hear it on my side. There's some.
Okay, no problem.
The bottom line is he's like, hey, why are you nervous being around, drag queens? It's not like,
yeah.
It says like normal as you can make a thing like that look, but like it's still like, what the fuck are you doing? Where the hell is that? Hey, hang on. Let me quit sharing.
Are you talking about what? And this is not me. I'm not saying this, but some people have deemed what I think what you're looking for is the transurrection.
Yeah, that's exactly. I'm pulling it up right now. There we go.
These are not my words. That's what people are calling it, and that's what I know it as.
Yeah.
So
and I honestly, I actually don't know anything about this other than this is what this is what was going on at the Tennessee Capitol, right? Like they had this big trans rights reaction to what happened, which is like, again,
If what they're fighting for
Reaction
is
to what? What happened?
if what they're fighting for
to the shooting.
No, is it a reaction to the shooting?
It happened. I mean, it happened. It's well, what they're saying. Okay, so there's two things that happen, right? So you got, I mean, this. So you get the idea. This is like an insurrection style thing in Tennessee, but basically, like, okay, so Tennessee became one of the states that made it illegal to medically transition minors, right? So
kids.
Like, kids.
That's what I heard it was for.
Yeah. So if you're 12 years old and you're like, I'm a boy or I'm a girl, can you castrate me? Like, you can't do that in Tennessee. And then you had the shooter in Tennessee go into a Christian school. She didn't, as far as I know, she didn't write a manifesto saying that that's why, but that is in the same state. And then now they've got all the trans rights people, bombarding the state capitol. To your point though, I actually don't know whether that trans rights thing at the Capitol was before or after, because one thing that I'm usually pretty good at is like, there'll be like something that goes viral on Instagram and I'll just be like, how could this be bullshit? Not that it didn't happen, but just could this have happened before that? And now they're trying to make it out like it's in reaction to that. Always do.
Yeah, they do that shit a lot.
Yeah.
But if that's the right that they were fighting for kids to be trans, are people fucking insane?
Yes.
Like, what the fuck?
Are you saying they are, or are you just asking that question?
No, yeah, they're fucking crazy.
You have to be 18 to do everything. You have to be 18 to get a tattoo. You have to be 18 to vote. You have to be 18. So what makes you think that it's okay for kids to make a decision like this that changes their lives forever?
They can never have kids.
What the fuck is wrong with people?
Yeah, they can never have kids. Like not only like they can never have kids. I mean, dude, you fucking surgically cut their dick off or their tits or whatever. Like it's so like, dude,
this is insane.
Yeah,
and you're fighting for this. You're at the Capitol fighting for, like, come on, man. Come on,
like I'm not one of these people that thinks that like trans isn't a real thing. I think it is a real thing. But what I also know is that like the data on this is crystal clear that like anybody who has feelings like that, 86% of the time after they go through puberty goes away. And so in what fucking stratosphere would putting someone on puberty blockers make sense? Like how on earth would that make sense, dude? It's like if they really have it, they'll still feel that way. And it's like, oh, but then they can't, it's harder for them to go all the way back. So you're going to doom 86% of them to be surgically thrown into this thing, or at the very least, like that. I don't get it.
I will say it's wrong, but at the same time, I'm getting to the point to where I'm like, man, let these people do it. It's their kids. Let them do whatever the fuck they want with their kids and reap the repercussions of
if it was up to the parents, I would agree with you. But the thing is, what in those states where they kind of do that, one of the other things they do is they very systematically cut the parents out of the process, where like they have like laws in Canada and shit, where like if a kid comes to the teacher, they're all, listen, I want you to start, calling me Paulina, and please don't tell my parents. They'll be like, okay. And they'll still be like, yeah, Paul is doing great in school. And then they'll go to the doctor at the school and they're like, I need to be put on puberty blockers. They'll put them on puberty blockers.
What?
They will not tell the parents.
What? No. Come on, man.
I don't believe it.
That's illegal. That's illegal.
It's not. It should be, but look that up. Look up, telling you.
I can't believe that. That's
right now.
Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, like,
so you're telling me parents don't have control over their own children anymore?
If you look up transgender kids, teachers lying to the parents or school administering the kids can get hormones without the parents knowing. Like the
come on, man.
I'm telling you, look it up, dude.
Hey, man.
Hey, progress though. That's progress, dude.
You said progress,
dude.
What type of progress is that?
Exactly.
That's not progress.
Do the
regress.
Yeah.
Shit.
If they did
Do
that
the
to
state-
if they did that to my fucking kid, man,
Oh, someone.
it's like
I'm not going. I'm not going. I'm not
let me,
gonna
yeah, let
incriminate
me not,
myself.
yeah. Let me
yeah,
not.
not us, not us, not us, dude.
Leave us out of it.
Yeah,
But
but somebody might
I know
do
somebody
something crazy.
somebody will do something.
Yeah,
Definitely do something. But
yeah. What's it
this
been like
life
for you
is-
guys? Like, because you got a girl. Do you have a girl too?
No, I do not.
Nah, just
What's-
I'm
I'm
the only
single
one.
like a Pringle.
I'm saying, what's that been like in the post hoax world? Is that helps or what? Like they're like or it just doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. Well, a lot of the times when I meet certain women or people, let me say people, they don't ask about it and I don't tell them about it. Some
Yeah.
of them would recognize me, but the ones that don't recognize me, I don't tell them. They'll find out. Maybe they'll see something on TV or something that we've posted, and then they'll figure it out. But it doesn't affect me negatively.
Yeah.
It has before someone found out, like, and they had probably had some preconceived feelings or thoughts about it. Maybe they still think Jussie's telling the truth.
You got them weirdos.
Which they're out of their mind.
Still them weirdos
And
about that.
there's quite a few people that still believe that he's right. The police coerced us.
Actually,
to
Jesse, pull up them tweets that I
because
sent you
there's some
about
certain things
Yeah.
that people have been
There's been
stating.
some crazy ass stuff people been
So,
talking
yeah,
about,
it's-
man. And I want to address it.
Wait,
Yeah,
did you send them in that group? Because I was looking for those and I
there were
didn't see them.
screenshots. I sent you the screenshots.
Oh, I think you texted me those. I think.
Oh, I never sent it to the thing.
No. If you send it to it right now, though, I'll pull it up right now.
Let me check.
But yeah, dude, that's like I can tell you right now, anybody who still believes Jussie is all the way on board with kids transitioning without their parents knowing. I can tell you that right now. All
no,
of them.
I did send it. It's in the group chat on Instagram.
It's like because I
I
had
agree with you.
But let me I'm gonna forward it again.
oh, it says message unavailable. That's got to be that one. Weird, dude.
I just sent it again.
Okay. Yeah, because worst case, I could just read them if they like. Yeah, because
Right.
they're like it's weird. They're not coming through on the computer side. But let's read them. All right. So no thrones on Araco says Jussie Smollett's charges were dropped in what the DA thought was an unsure case, especially since the testimony against him was coming from two men, Osundairo Osundairo, and a convicted felon found with firearms, and Abel Ola Osundairo found with heroin.
You see this life?
These
How people
be
just
coming up with the craziest
Heroin.
shit.
I assume that's made up. Yeah.
Complete fabrication.
Yeah.
Complete. These
Damn.
motherfuckers heroin.
Found with heroin.
I don't even know how heroin looks. I couldn't. Tell
I've
you
never
how it
seen.
Me neither.
Yeah, I've never seen heroin in person before.
Me neither. I haven't either.
Heroin.
I've never
Yeah.
seen heroin or meth in person before.
Or meth.
Math. Yeah, I've
I
never seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've
I
seen
would
everything
think,
else,
no.
but I've never seen those two.
All right.
So that text is just crazy and
That-
a complete lie.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's go to the next one.
The next one is this dude Scoob says shaking his head because you guys are with Tommy Lauren, and it says legit starstruck to meet the Osundairo brothers last night at the Hannity show. If you'll recall, these are the brothers that Jussie Smollett paid for the hate crime. How she
Show the
look?
picture. Show
How
the
she?
picture.
Yeah, how she look in person?
The picture.
Whoa.
She's beautiful.
Tommy is a very beautiful person.
Yeah.
And she's sweet. Very sweet.
Yeah, she wants to have us on her show one of these days.
In Tennessee, actually. She's in Tennessee, Nashville, isn't
Yeah.
she?
I
Yeah.
know another
walk?
person. I'll tell you a story about her when we're offline, actually. All right. So Mike, or Make Them Know It. He says, rather I think what he meant was whether he orchestrated it or not,
Uh-huh.
they participated supposedly, which makes them just as guilty of what? He got
Guilty of
locked
what?
up for
Exactly.
lying, dude.
Exactly.
Exactly. We didn't lie to the police.
Yeah,
Exactly.
this is the most provably inaccurate statement of all time. He got locked up for wasting police and city money.
By lying.
You guys were all, yeah, we did that. It's like, all right, so whose team are you on? Not wasting the money.
Exactly. We didn't go tell the police that, hey, he was attacked or we were attacked. So we didn't commit any crime. And that's what he got in trouble for committing a crime. So on our part, we didn't commit any crime.
No.
So we're not just as guilty as him.
You're zero guilty, dude.
Right.
You guys did nothing wrong. Like, you literally did nothing wrong.
Legally, we didn't do anything wrong.
And if it was up to that, like, first of all, for sure, if it was up to Jussie, you'd have got shipped for 30 years and he wouldn't have given a fuck, right? Like, if there was a way where he could have had everyone believe that this was real, but what it would cost is you guys get shipped for a real, like, anti-gay hate crime, he'd have taken that deal in 2 seconds, dude.
And people aren't looking at that. A lot of people are not looking at that.
Yeah. Like, how, like, that's the part that blows my mind. It's like, because we talked about this, is like, I think eventually Jussie probably, like, gets cast on other shows and stuff, but, like, to think about that side of it is like, people just get caught up. It's like, oh, he just didn't want to admit the lie. It's like, well, if you could convince
at what cost?
Exactly. If you could convince me that he wouldn't have accepted you guys going down for what would have been a decade's prison sentence, then I could just be like, all right, this guy just doesn't want, but he would have, for sure he would have.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And we were told that he was going to sign the complaint against us.
Yeah.
With the police, which in turn would have locked us up.
That is fucking crazy. He was going to sign, so he was going to basically, he was going to press charges on you guys.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. Exactly.
And that's why
after knowing it was us.
That's what we were told. We deemed him a supervillain.
Unbelievable, dude. And that's exactly what he was. I mean, you know, a little twink pussy ass version of one, but supervillain, you know? Okay, so we got this. I think this is the same dude. Yeah, same dude. Make them know. It says, on top of that, a person who would be smart enough to tell you not to bring your phone to the scene would also be smart enough to not pay you in a check and would give you cash. Also, there was no red hat in the initial video with you supposedly walking across the street. All right, so this guy's argument is nobody is that fucking stupid to do what Jussie actually did. So actually, he is that stupid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And just to clear things up, Jussie was being smart by paying a check. He wrote the check as a training program.
Yeah.
So as he was making it out that my brother and I were going to train him for 5 weeks for a music video that he had coming up. So that was covering his track.
Exactly.
But he was really doing it for the hate crime or the fake hate crime. So it was a smart idea in a sense, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people are saying that he paid in a check. How dumb can you be for paying in a check? He didn't write fake hate crime on a check.
No, yeah.
You know, you understand? True. He didn't write fake hate crime. He wrote 5-week program, workout program.
If he knew where this was going, he would have wrote blackmail payment because they're blackmailing me. You know what I mean?
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. If I don't do this, they've got some kind of blackmail on. Dude, this is ridiculous. The same guy says, y'all are lying. The camera footage doesn't align with your walking gait. The skin color and hairline on the person with the gray pants in the video doesn't match. Also, who pays the bulk payment in the front and the small portion in the back end? That never happens. That is weird. He's going to pay you $4K, he pays $3,500 up front. That's fucking weird. What was that about?
I don't know.
Yeah. Like, because I was saying to my wife about that.
But I'm glad he did that though.
Yeah, for sure.
I haven't seen the other 500. So.
Yeah. Better than the other way around. No, because Gabrielle and I was talking about that with Gabrielle. I was like, you know what's crazy about this whole thing? Because we were talking about, I'm like, dude, he's trying to get more money. He's making $100K an episode. And he's like, I need more, baby. I need more than $100,000 an episode. And I'm like, what's really crazy about that is like, he paid them $3,500 up front and $500 on the backside. You know what that means? She's like, what? I'm like, he's broke. He's broke. Who like he's like who? Because there's no other explanation. 3,500 up front and then 500 on the back. That's just fuck. I mean, he's either like, or he's just a complete total fucking moron, dude. This is a total moron.
It's more that because I don't think he's broke. I don't think he's broke. Yeah, no, I don't think he is. I don't think he's hurting for money. No.
Yeah. All right. So this one says Taurus Grooves. She says the evidence is plain as day. Man, this girl looks kind of good too. The evidence is plain as day. That's not you in the video. You weren't at the scene of the attack. Neither was your brother. CPD wrote in their own reports about the witnesses corroborating Jussie's story. They wrote what the witnesses said. The witnesses said they saw white men. So basically, the true believers are like, the police are an evil force incapable of anything except for framing people. So if they wrote this down, there has to be some story where they're framing Jussie. Like that's the only way to even read that, because like that makes absolutely no sense.
So how did the police pick us up then if we weren't at the scene of the crime?
Yeah.
How did they just pick us out of millions of black people in Chicago?
Yeah. And Jussie's so smart, like because all the communication he had with you guys is through his cell phone, right?
Yeah.
Genius. A criminal mastermind.
Yeah, people are just gonna make up whatever. Like we said, people are narrow-minded and not open. They think in one direction, and once they believe something, they stick with it. And the people that believe he's innocent, and nothing you show them, we can show them evidence showing that this thing happened. That we can show them we could play a tape saying that where he's going over the whole.
It's a deep fake. Hey, it's a deep fake.
Jussie can come out and say it was a hoax. They're gonna be like, the police are coercing. They made a threat on his life. That's what they would say. I'm telling you, people are sick.
It's like, dude, the police in Chicago, I think, have more important things to do than some big doctored up concocted shit where they're like, I mean, you know what I mean? It's like, it's Chicago, dude.
Jussie was even the main star of Empire. You feel me? Like,
yeah, go get Terrence Winter. Or Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard.
You said Winter.
Yeah. Said Terrence Winter. He's the creator of Sopranos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome show.
He's TV also. Dude, that shit is just so crazy, man. Like, can you imagine? I think about this sometimes too. Like, if you were an actor on Empire making real money, I would want to fucking for real hate crime on Jussie Smollett because he blew that show up. Right? Like,
I mean, the show was already.
Was it on the way out?
Too. Yeah, it was on the way down. I think that was the last season.
No, it wasn't. The next season, that it was going to be the last season.
I think it was. I think it was already going down, bro.
No, did you guys watch the show? Is it a good show?
It was. Actually, it was the #1 show for some time. Like, in the world, it was the #1 show. So it was a good show. And of course, if you're #1, the top ranked show, you can't go no more up than that. It's only going to go down.
Right.
And a lot of people said that they were putting in too much of the LGBTQ things.
Yeah.
And that turned them off. There's even people that are a part of that community that said that it started turning them away from it because it was just in your face.
Well, they're sacrificing story for that. They're like, we gotta let's get more gay. It's like, dude, tell a story. Yeah, who cares? Yeah. That's my whole view on all of it is who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like all my base, it's like, you know, like all my straight friends, have I ever seen them hook up with a girl? Nope. So like if one of them, when they're not around, is hooking up with a dude, why would I care about that? You know what I mean? Like like none of that, like it's never going to be a part of my experience one way or the other, what people do. You know what I mean? As long as it doesn't involve kids, why would I care about what anybody does?
What they're trying to say or do is get it more mainstream.
Yes, they are.
They're saying that's why there are attacks on the LGBTQ community, because people see it as something as bad, or they don't see it all the time. So they're pretty much trying to get people conditioned
Yeah.
to seeing things like that, more comfortable with it.
Yeah.
I guess that's their idea.
There's some
Is that-
validity to that.
Is that yeah? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Like, is that actually a bad thing?
No, I don't think it's a bad thing. As long as like
It depends on your principles, and to a Christian, that's a terrible thing.
yeah.
To a Christian.
I just think
As a Christian, I'm sorry to cut you
No,
off.
go ahead.
As a Christian, you're supposed to love everybody. You feel me?
But not openly
And
just
not
commit
judge.
sin.
And not judge. You feel me? You're not
But
supposed
not
to judge
openly
people.
just commit sin.
But at the same time, as a Christian, if you see somebody killing people, are you just not supposed to say nothing?
Yeah.
And just be like, I'm not gonna judge.
You know what they're gonna say now?
Go ahead
They're
and
gonna
kill.
say, "You're comparing killing to being gay." Oh my
Hey,
god!
that's not what I did.
Yeah. No, he's
You're
yeah.
Stalin,
I know what you
you're
mean.
Hitler.
It's basically like it's like this. It's like so I watched this show. I can't remember what it's called. It was like you know how they did that reenactment of the OJ, like the whole OJ thing. Cuba Gooding Jr. was in it. Like it's like that OJ show. It's really good. Like they did another one about the dude who murdered Johnny Versace. And in that one, they did a really good job of showing like because the guy who murdered Johnny Versace was a gay guy who was like a con artist and shit, and it was such a good show because there's a lot of character depth to it, and there's a guy who was really involved in this real story who was like an officer in the Marines, I think, and he was gay, and they showed like what it was like to be like a person who's gay in the Marines in the 90s. It was fucking gnarly, man. Like these guys are like, you watch it, you're just like, dude, fuck these guys, man. Like, so like there obviously has been an astronomical amount of progress. And like, I don't have a problem with them putting any of that stuff in, like, honestly, when it's a TV show, just as long as the reason it's like, as long as it's just a good story,
a part of the
like,
story.
Yeah. Like when it's just like, just shove it down our fucking throat. It's like, okay, we get it, dude. This guy's gay. They're gay. Everyone's fucking gay. I get it, dude. Like I fucking get it.
I even feel the same when they put too many sex scenes in a
Me too.
in a movie or a TV show. Like why are they fucking now? Like what's the like,
dude? I fast forward straight sex
like,
scenes, dude. Like sometimes I'm just like, oh god, like it's just weird. Like yeah, I like any of that shit. I'm like this fucking that's like. This has nothing to do with the fucking movie. I don't care. Like, I don't need a 10-minute,
It's a damn porn.
Yeah.
At this point.
What I'm getting from this is you guys really don't get that much sex.
I get it. I get an ass.
Hey, I get it.
Where's my lotion?
I fucking, dude.
You know what?
People would think that, like, I've talked to this Gabrielle. I'm like, dude, I think if people like, if they really knew, like, it's like beyond where people be like, oh, that's cool that you and your wife fuck that much. They'd be like, what the fuck's wrong with you guys? They'd be like, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's gonna happen actually about 4 hours from right now. But yeah, dude, I don't know, man. It's just like as long as it's got a point, dude, I'm with it. But like when they just shove it into every movie, but they can't complain about people not wanting to see their movies and TV shows if they shove it down people's throat. Like some people don't want to see that shit, and that's their right. Like they're like, all right, I'm canceling Disney Plus. I've had enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, and they're putting it in everything just to put it in it, just to have it there. Like I said, it's conditioning.
Yeah.
They're trying to condition the youth. And if you want to have the population accept it, where do you start? The kids. You teach them. You teach the kids what you want to teach them, so then they grow up and make the society more like that. So that's why they're in a lot of Disney productions and cartoons and whatnot.
Yeah, I agree.
What was that stuff you sent us about Riley Gaines? What was that about?
About Riley Gaines,
the swimmer, the train.
So okay, I'll pull this up, and then I gotta jump. I got people. They're like, I thought you were gonna be done 30 minutes ago, dog. I'm like, dude, this. By the way, hey, this show.
I didn't even notice.
This show is gonna be fire, dude. We got a fire show. Okay, yeah. So this is it, right? So So this Riley Gaines, I'll read this to you guys. So an anthropology researcher at the University of Pittsburgh was incredulous after champion female collegiate swimmer Riley Gaines pinned him on a basic question about biological differences between men and women, which prompted a raucous laughter from the students. So basically, the Riley Gaines said to this person, Gabby Yearwood, who's a lecturer with a PhD, who's one of these like gender people, like a gender ideology person. She goes, if you were to dig up two humans 100 years from now, both a man and a woman, would you be able to tell the difference strictly off the bones? Gaines said, and Yearwood says no. And the entire place just like laughed them out of the room, dude. Like laughed them out, and then that person got all bent out of shape. They're like, oh, what are you guys the ones that do you have a PhD? Do you have a PhD? That's what's so funny about this shit. It's like, you're the one with the PhD and you don't know that. Of course they're going to fucking know whether it's a man or a woman. But it's like, it's one of those things where they're like, no, they can't, because that's not what determines what a man or a woman is. You're like, Jesus. Yes, it is. Actually,
it is exactly.
That's exactly what it is.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
People are slow, man.
That's
real fucking slow.
No,
They're just trying to like go whoop. It's like I said, dude, if you want to wear a dress and call yourself Paulina, whatever, dude. I don't care.
Be my
but
fucking
like,
guess.
but don't tell me that an anthropologist is going to know that you're a girl 100 years from now. You're a fucking dude. Like, you're a dude. You could wear a dress. I'll call you she. I'm not going to be an asshole.
Right.
But
you know what I wonder? If you're on the testosterone, if you're a woman and then you're on the testosterone and your body changes.
I thought about that too.
Is it going to come up you being a male, or is it going to come?
It's not going to change your chromosomes. You're going to have.
Right,
yeah, but like
the
bones.
I'm talking about the bones.
I don't think it's going to change the bones that much either.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think it's going to change the bones that much either.
Because they're already an adult. Like, you're like, your frame is pretty much your frame.
Exactly.
Like, I don't know. Because if you take, because obviously testosterone, mac you, like you get diesel, but like, as far as I know, I don't think it changes your bones. I think that like, and if you fire HGH, I think it'll help like, dense, like makes your bones more dense. I don't know. I just tore my bicep tendon and I was taking this peptide that I think makes your, like make your ligaments grow strong. I don't think anything like changes the structure of your bones though. I could be wrong.
Okay. Right.
I don't have a PhD, dog. I don't have a PhD. How does anybody know fucking anything if they don't have a PhD, man?
Right.
But all right.
All right.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We have our guy Jussie on fire here. Thank you for doing this show with us. We really appreciate it.
We're gonna do this fucking show.
Osundairo Brothers, we're here. We plan on doing this for a very long time, bringing you some good content,
great content,
good talks. We're gonna be streaming real soon as well, so you guys can chime in.
Yep.
Put your questions out there. We'll be more than happy to answer your questions. So
here's a good question. So when this blows up, are you guys down to move to Austin, Texas, where all the biggest creators are?
Austin, Texas?
Yes, sir.
Is it hot?
It's hot. Like hot, like hot, or is that it's hot? But like, yeah, it's
like
kind of
weather, good weather.
It's sure as hell not as cold as Chicago in the winter. I'll tell you that.
Okay, all right. So
we're sold.
Yeah. No, it's good. That's where everybody's at, dude. This is like Rogan. The whole entire Rogan crew is all here. I'm here. The whole jiu-jitsu crew is here. Like the whole jiu-jitsu world is here. I don't know about boxing.
We still got to go to Hollywood. We're actors and all. So
Hollywood's moving.
We might be back and forth. We'll be back and forth between LA and Austin.
This is the future. This is where stars get made now, though, dude. Like watch the next 10. I'm saying like here, like making like podcasts and all that, and then you go do live shows and shit. It's like the movies. I mean, being in the movies is amazing, obviously. TV's dope.
We got to keep it balanced, stay in one red state for a little while and a blue state.
Yeah, true.
Have some kind of balance.
Texas is purple though, because Austin is a blue city in a red state.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Austin is blue?
Oh yeah. Fucking blue to the fucking gills, dude. That's why I live one county north of Austin County.
Gotcha.
A lot of purple hair in Austin, dude.
So daddy issues, is that what you're saying?
I'm saying like just a lot of blue. I get along with everybody though, dude. As long as I like, you know, unless they're like, you can't tell what a skeleton is 100 years from now. I'm like, geez, man.
Oh, yes, you can. That's
Yes,
what
you
DNA
can.
is for.
Yeah.
DNA.